the organizers of today's protest say their goal was to, in their words, expose supporters of the Atlanta Police Foundation. This was the scene about an hour ago, just outside of Woodruff Park. This is the same location where a violent protest occurred back in January. We saw a heavy law enforcement presence in front of the headquarters for the Atlanta Police Foundation, which is located less than a half-mile away from the demonstrations.
Over a piece of property? You that much of a punk? You literally ran to a peaceful music festival and accosted families. Stop Cop City! Stop Cop City! Stop Cop City! Stop Cop City!
And in anticipation of today's planned protest, MARTA announced its temporarily suspended service for the Atlanta streetcar. Preliminary hearings are underway for the nearly 24 suspects accused of carrying out Sunday's attack on police officers. The 23 defendants face domestic terrorism charges. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us live from DeKalb County Magistrate Court, where those hearings are underway. Deidre?
That's right. The hearing's been underway for over 2 hours now, with some 23 defendants appearing before the judge from the DeKalb County Jail. As you might imagine, this is a very lengthy, slow process. It is a process that is taking time because, as we learned today, all of these defendants have private attorneys, and most defendants, as of now, have been denied bond. 23 defendants making their first appearance via video conference from the DeKalb County Jail Tuesday afternoon. A representative with the Public Defender's Office told Magistrate Court Judge Anna Davis that they were all represented by private attorneys.
This group changed their clothing into all blackout clothing, basically. They had shields that were like riot-type shields, homemade shields. They had bags of rocks. They had fireworks. They had Molotov cocktails.
Chief Assistant DA Peter Johnson spelled out the allegations against the defendants. They were reportedly a part of a group of about 100 agitators that attacked police Sunday at the site of the Future Public Safety Training Center. Rioters carried shields and were armed with explosives and projectiles as they launched a coordinated attack. Defense attorneys argued that the domestic terrorism charges were an overreach and asked the judge to grant bond.
But when it comes down to the allegation against Mr. Bilodeau specifically, it says the accused was observed with muddy clothing from breaching and crossing the embankment. Accused was also in possession of a shield. So there's no allegation that he was personally observed throwing a rock or a firework or anything like that. It's more akin to a criminal trespass allegation.
Some of the lawyers read letters from character witnesses and had the suspect's family members and acquaintances standing by to testify on their client's behalf.
I think the world of Tim. He is not only a good carpenter, a good farmer, gardener, he's also an excellent human being.
None of the initial defendants called have a criminal history, but the judge denied bond due to the seriousness of the charges.
You know, the lack of criminal history and good character is part of the equation. But based on the allegations before the court at this time, I'm going to deny bond and find there is a significant risk of danger to persons and property in this community at this stage of the case.
Now we got an update just now from photographer Chris Francis, Fox 5 photographer, who's in the courtroom right now. We now have one of the defendants, the first defendant who has been granted bond. He is Georgia resident Thomas Juergens, and we've learned that he was granted $5,000 bond. He is an attorney, he told the court, and claims he was just observing that day. So again, one person so far has been granted bond. Now, the prosecutor did tell the court today that if the judge does decide to grant bond in any of these cases, most of these people live out of state, and as a condition of bond, the prosecution is asking that the judge order these people not to return to the state of Georgia except for their court case. So he didn't want them to be able to return to Georgia, and also is asking that they not be allowed to return to that construction site. That's the latest here in DeKalb County. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.